And I jumped off the building and I got you jumped off.
And going to share my screen. Okay, welcome to another presentation of Connecting the Dots Conscious Community. Today, we're going to have Shameka do a presentation discussion on A.S.L, American Sign Language. And I just thought about this, giving it a subtitle, The Language of Emotion. Because you got to make your expressions be very vivid. It's a very high emotional language. As Merlin said earlier, Delisha, would you like to say anything, or anyone like to say an opening? Because I think
Okay.
I wanted to go ahead.
Well, okay. Well, everybody who is here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And just, I want to say that I don't think anyone's new, but Ray and I have started connecting the dots conscious community, and in that we are working together with each other and with everyone who comes with us, to help connect dots to build a, I want to say, more expansive state of consciousness, to, get a greater understanding of maybe some things you've been through or where you're trying to get to. And collectively, we just feel that we can come together with a solution or get the answers to work through it. And I want to say that this presentation today by Shameka is going to open something in us unbeknownst to why we're here or what we may have come for, but something greater is going to open up from this. And I'm just glad to be present and to be a part of it. And I want to say, let's go.
Okay, so let's go.
Some earphones in.
Okay, here we go. I am gonna pass the ham to Shameka Foster, my beautiful niece. And I want to add, Shameka been doing this for a long time. I remember she was teaching us back when we were kids. So, take it away, Shameka. I can start on this page, or should I go to the next?
Okay.
slide?
No, leave it on this screen for a second. Because I just wanted to give a kind of intro before I go into everything. So I have been self-teaching myself A.S.L for over 10 years now. I am brand new with taking actual classes online now. I'm currently in the classes now. So, but I have learned over the years, a lot of signs, a lot of things about the community and things like that. So I'm here to share that with you all today. So we can go to the next slide. Okay, first, I want to start with a little bit of the history, not the full history, but the beginning parts of the history of A.S.L. And I'll just read the 2 bullet points. A.S.L originated in the American School of the Deaf, or ASD, founded in Hartford, Connecticut in 1817, April 15th, by Thomas Hopkins Gallaudet. He traveled to Europe to learn deaf, I don't know how to pronounce this word, pedagogy, I guess. From it's like a certain way of teaching. He learned like a teaching style. That's what that word means.
And that's about the best way.
Pedagogy. Okay. And he learned that from European institutions. He adopted the methods of the French. This is when he returned to the U.S. with a French assistant and founded the school. His assistant became the first teacher at ASD, and he taught using French Sign Language, or LSF. From that, a new language emerged known now known as American Sign Language or ASL. As more schools were founded, knowledge of ASL spread throughout all the schools.
Yeah.
Anybody wanna any questions or anything about that?
In history.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh, go ahead.
I just want to say that I'm pretty I know we're pretty much very aware that sign language has been out longer than since 1817, but this is the documented for the American ASL. But the thing that I found interesting is that you got different language, different language, sign language. That what
Yes,
got deep.
you
I'm
have
like French
Spanish, you
sign
have all
language.
kinds. Everybody has the sign language, yes.
Wow, that's cool. I would think that would be universal, but that's very interesting. That's all I
Yeah.
just say about that. It's very interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
That is.
Delisha?
No, I was just saying, yes, that is. And I was thinking when you were saying that, there's all kind of different sign languages based on where people come from. I said, and then I thought to myself, I said, well, at least the heart symbol will be universal, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I would put a heart on the phone right now, but if I was showing my bad head, that's all.
Okay. Okay, next slide. So a little bit more on the history. We're going into Black American Sign Language or BASL. And I'll just read the bullet point, blah, 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 bullet points for that. Platt Skinner founded the Skinner School for the Colored, Deaf, Dumb, and Blind in 1856 in Niagara Falls, New York. The school moved to Trenton, New Jersey in 1860. Many southern states created separate schools or departments for Black deaf children in 1866. The first one opened in 1857, which remained segregated until 1958.
Wow.
Black deaf children became a community isolated from white children. This allowed for the different dialects to develop. Black American Sign Language, or BASL, is also known as Black Sign Variation, or BSV, and was influenced by segregation. BASL is mostly used in the South and has a larger sign space. Excuse me. And it mostly uses two-handed signs. So the signs that you might see in ASL with one hand, most Black people would use two hands to sign that sign. And some signs are completely different than ASL using African American English, which that's something I need to research. I've never heard of that term, African American English. But
no, they talk about
Ebonics.
Ebonics. Okay. That's what I thought, because I'm like, maybe they're trying to be nice. So that's what that is. Which is basically self-explanatory. When you're separated from a group of people, you don't know, how they're being taught or how they're teaching. It was an interesting thing that I heard a ASL teacher say. She was working at a predominantly Black school, and she was a Black woman, and she, taught and signed BASL. She was hired at a predominantly white school when she was allowed to start teaching there, and they couldn't understand her.
Wow.
And they were using the same sign language. It was just a Black person talking and a white person talking, and it was that much of a difference.
Wow.
They could not understand each other. She couldn't understand them, and they couldn't understand her.
And
so I
that's
thought
annoying.
that was interesting when she
That is interesting.
Mika, I don't know if you know the answer to this question, but was it beyond the alphabet, because I don't know if the alphabet is Western and European, but the signs
Yeah,
can be different.
yeah, the signs were different. It was beyond the alphabet, definitely. It was
Okay,
like
so
they really couldn't understand each other's signs.
the alphabet was understood here and in Europe because I believe that's where it came from, our
Right,
sign language. I'm not sure
right,
about China or India or other places, but it was my understanding when I studied, which was a long time ago, that we got ours from Europe
right. You're right. That
originally.
that was the yeah. That's what I just read on the first slide. He went. Gallaudet went to Europe, and he adopted the French Sign Language,
Okay,
and that's
thank
where
you.
ASL was born from.
Thank you.
Yep.
Back in segregation, of course they're gonna
Right,
teach someone this and teach someone that.
right.
It was very, you know, when you said the teacher who've been doing it for so long that they couldn't understand them, that's a wow.
Yeah.
That is a
When
wow.
she said that, I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Same sign language,
Wow.
but just like we speak English, and other people in America speak English, but it's crazy.
You know, but I want to count. I'm gonna make this last comment. I'm gonna let you go on. You know, but I noticed that there people do speak with their hands. You know, that's
Hmm.
just a normal way that people can speak. And but when you said that the B.S.L. they normally was two hands, I really can understand that because you know coming up in the black family, we talk with our hands, both our hands,
Hmm.
our faces, gestures, very soulful and emotional.
Yeah.
You can, in other words, I can look at you, you know what I'm thinking about, stuff like that.
Hmm.
And so that's kind of that's a wow. That's a wow.
Yeah.
Oh, let me go ahead and Reverend Money and Aurora just chimed in, and
Oh,
y'all,
hi. Yeah.
you guys didn't miss too much of it. She just on the second slide, right?
Okay,
Welcome.
good to be with you guys. Glad
Yes,
to be
welcome,
here.
welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Uh, so were we done? Or no, we didn't get the last one.
Yeah. Yeah, we got the last one. That was the African American English. Okay. All right. So the next slide is just some reasons that are good to learn the language. And there's 12 reasons here. And I just want to go over each one with everyone. And if you have any input or something, go ahead and chime in. Um, so the first one says easily communicate underwater.
Uh-huh.
So you can talk while you're underwater. You don't have to worry about drowning.
Yeah.
Without drowning.
Oh boy.
I like
Um, you can talk when your mouth
that.
is full and it's not rude or nasty.
So they say you never talk when you're eating unless I know sign language.
Right.
Hmm.
I like that.
Unless you know it's sign language. Understand and help end autism. So it's the audio. You know, they can't hear or they're hard of hearing. So it helps in that because we can communicate. It bridges that barrier between the
I
Audio
see.
is-
two. Speak right through a closed window and still be understood.
Ah, I like
Oh,
that.
oh,
That's good.
how, how about talk across a crowded room without yelling?
Hey. If you only know what I'm really saying.
fine, yeah.
Quietly chat at the movies without being rude.
Hmm.
You can count to 10 and higher on just one hand. You can count up to
Ah.
you can count up to 999 on one hand.
Oh.
Um, it's a 3D language. 3D glasses not needed, or any glasses for that matter.
There's a 3D language to the lesson I needed. I like that.
That's cool.
He said get some good fun facts.
Satisfy your foreign language requirement. It's a language.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
It will never be too loud or too quiet to sign to someone. Learn a language that's unique, visual, spatial, and gestural. And it's all those things, trust me.
Yes.
And the last one is get to know some wonderful people in the deaf community. Probably the best reason of all.
I like that. Right.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay, so anybody want to elaborate on any one of those?
I don't know. I feel like it just gave me a whole nother perspective. And I think, and so look, listen, I'm talking to Ray now. I'm going to learn some signs. And so I'm going to get you to understand. I ain't going to say nothing. I'm just going to use my hands.
Okay, yeah. You got to do that. You got to do
Okay.
that. Communicate underwater, some of them off school, and communicate with audience.
With a movie, because I know when we watch movies, a lot of time I say, hold on, I got something to say. And so I'm going to start using signs and say, I ain't said nothing.
And you can keep on watching.
Right. And then you're going to put his palm out and say, I ain't listening to that.
The underwater is great because we're snorkeling out here on some of the beaches in Puerto Rico.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
That's great, like, because I didn't think about it. I can go with my partner and work on this with her so we can communicate. And that's important when you're swimming underwater.
Oh, yes.
Right. Let each other know.
What part of Puerto Rico?
Rincon. It's on the west side.
You say Boricua.
Oh, there you go. So you know where I'm at.
Yep, I do. So for me, originally, as a counselor, there were many people in our community that weren't getting assistance at the time that I started 36 years ago. And so that's why I went to school, was to help. I was slow, and we had one teacher who was left-handed, and she would sign, and then she'd have to switch hands, and we jokingly told her she had a stutter.
Oh, that's funny.
Because her brain had to think right-handed. The sign language that we learned was based on your right-handed people, not left-handed. And it did help those people that we were able to. And it has become a part of our culture now to respect the fact that people need your assistance and they may not be able to communicate verbally. So it's very much appreciated.
Yes, I love this language. I want to add one reason though, and that is you could teach a baby 2 languages at once.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can speak and sign at the same time.
My grandchildren both, my grandchildren both, there's a program called Baby Signing Time. So by the time they were 6 months, we were signing, because my daughter, when I was singing in Washington, she signed for me when I sang. So when she had her children, her 2 boys were taught sign language starting at 6 months.
Wow.
And they can even start signing and understanding you, and you can understand them before they're capable of verbal communication.
Speaking. Yes, that's correct. Yep.
Wow.
That's a great reason. That needs to be added onto here.
You added it.
Yes. That's amazing. Okay, I'm ready for the next slide.
One more thing was that children with autism also find it somewhat, some of them do, easier to communicate with sign language than to communicate verbally. And that's being utilized now more and more in the autistic spectrum.
Wow.
Yep. I was just reading about ASL and any sign language and autism, children with autism last night. And I just read about what you were saying. Yep. Okay, so now we're about to start learning some signs. So we're going to start with the alphabet. And these 26 signs are going to be your most important signs that you ever want to learn. They will get you through signs that you cannot, things that you can't sign, you can finger spell. And this is a sign for finger spell. Okay, so we're going to start with the alphabet. And A, you make your fist with your thumb to the side.
Okay.
A. And your palm is facing outward to the person. A.
One question: does it matter which hand you use or no?
Okay, I skipped that part. Thank you. I got to backtrack.
Backtrack.
Your dominant hand is what you would use. So in sign language, well, in A.S.L. specifically, they don't you normally say right hand or left hand. They will say dominant hand or non-dominant hand. They refer to the dominant hand as your right hand.
Okay.
And your non-dominant hand would be your left hand. So you always sign with your right hand.
Okay.
And your left hand is your helper hand when it's a two-handed sign.
Okay, got it.
Helper hand.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now back to the alphabet. Are any questions on that, or did I explain that clear enough?
Yeah, you did well. But
okay.
I'm looking at this and I'm doing this. I'm kind of remembering because in school they taught us this at 9 seconds, and I remember the A, and I remember the J. That one I can't. I ain't remember.
Yeah, because you draw a J in the air, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna keep going. So A, B.
B.
It's just your open palm with your thumb flat on your palm. B. C. You're just making a C with your hand. C.
Why is that on back there?
D. You're making the number 0 with your index finger pointing straight up. D.
And so and this is facing the person like this.
Yeah. Yes. It's facing the person like this. It's not comfortable to do this.
Right.
So just be natural, but normally your signs are facing out.
Oh, your face. Normally. Okay.
Yeah,
normally
but with D.
But with D.
Yeah, but with D, it's not. It's like this. And some other signs are not facing out, but you'll see those.
But then D is like the letter D.
Yeah, it looks like a letter D.
Right. Like C.
It's the number 0. You sign the number 0 and put your index finger straight up. That's D.
Okay.
Okay. E. So you put your 3 fingers, your index finger, middle finger, and ring finger atop of your thumb.
What about your baby finger?
Your baby finger is just down underneath
the thumb.
Yes.
Okay. That's E.
So that's E.
E.
Okay. In A.S.L, just like in English, you have certain signs that have 2 signs or 3 signs or whatever. So sometimes you might see an E like this. Okay, and then F. F would be this. Looks like an American okay, like an English okay. Right. F.
Is it okay facing this way?
Yeah. Yeah, just make your hand comfortable. When the sign is comfortable to face out, face it out. When it's not, it's just like this.
Okay. F.
Mm-hmm. F. Okay. And then G, a little bit more complicated sign. You're gonna put your thumb and your index finger parallel to each other like this and turn it upward. This is the only sign that you're gonna have facing you. This is G. It's like a tuning fork. Think of a tuning fork in like music instruments,
Yeah.
and make that sound, that handshake, but pointing up.
But it is G is so when you okay. All right, now here we go. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna spell go. So is go is G-O. Now when I do G, do I do it like I started like this and then do this?
No,
Or I just it's just
no.
it's just
This
like
is
this.
G.
Okay.
This is G. This is not G.
Yeah. It's just showing me how it looks. How you do it.
Right, right, right. This is G.
I just wanted to say that a lot of people think if you do this, it's a little bit.
It's a little
a lot
Right,
of people,
right.
It's a
That's a
little bit.
sign for small or
Right.
little.
So you want to differentiate by putting it this way.
Yeah.
So that's what I was gonna say. So whenever you take a sign and you do it differently than what it's supposed to be, you're probably signing something else.
Okay.
Yeah. So
G.
this is G, okay? And then H would be 2 fingers, just straight out. 2 fingers. H. Okay. H, I, and keeping that same pinky finger up for I, drawing a J for J. J. Okay. Now, let me see how I can explain K. So do the number 2. This is 2. Well, actually, this is 2 facing yourself, but I'm just showing you. Put the number 2 finger up, and then you put your thumb in between the 2 fingers.
Oh, okay.
That's K.
It looked like it kind of reminded me of a cat.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I feel K.
Yeah. Because if you look at it this way, it's actually a K.
Yeah, sure is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it. This is like a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. But it's like
Okay.
this. So you do it like this. K. Or
No,
K.
you could put it out, hold it out. I was just
Okay.
doing that to show you how the thumb is peeking through.
Yeah, I see.
But
Yeah.
it's actually, it's up. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You see how on the picture it's actually facing us, the sign?
Right.
That's how you would do it.
Okay.
And then L, you're just making a capital L with your thumb and index finger.
L.
Okay. L, yep. All right. So M would be your 3 fingers overlapping your thumb.
Mm-hmm.
Another way to sign it, though, is your fingers just laying straight out over your thumb.
Oh,
Like
okay. That looked like a
this.
ammunition.
This M, This M is usually called an interpreter's M because they have to sign so fast to keep up with the words. They don't have time to do all this. You know, they'll just M and then go on to the next letter, right?
Okay.
So, but it's either this or this. I always use this one. Either one is right. There's nothing wrong. It's just two signs for it.
Okay.
And N is the same way with two fingers overlapping the thumb or laying straight across the thumb.
Oh, excuse me.
That's you.
N. Okay, and O would be O. Just make a circle with your hands. O.
Okay.
And then P would be the letter K upside down.
Yeah, I could tell.
Never like a P.
P. Right. Y'all good. And then what is this?
That's P.
P. So Q is the letter G upside down.
Oh. Q. Q.
Huh?
Okay.
Be calling you. Calling you.
Q.
Right, that's it.
Q.
That's my family nickname, by the way. That's why he's doing that.
You hear me?
And that's my uncle, by the way, for those who don't know. So that's why he's doing that. Okay, so Q, and then R would be your index finger and your middle finger crisscrossing, like you're crossing your fingers.
That one.
R.
I remember this because my name is spelled with an R.
Yep.
I remember that.
R.
I used to not spell my name. Let me do it again.
And then S would be just a fist with your thumb over your fingers. This is S.
Power to be.
Shameka. S. And then
T.
T is the same handshake. Just put your thumb in between your index finger and middle finger, pointing up. This is T.
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 What is U?
And then U is two fingers straight up. This is U.
Okay.
Together, yeah. Make sure that it's together, touching each other. I heard that this is the real sign for peace because it stands for togetherness.
Right.
Yeah.
Got this.
Yeah, that's divided. Heard that too as well.
And V, you just separate them.
Victory.
Victory. Okay. V. And then W, you just bring up your middle finger. I'm sorry, your ring finger for W.
W.
And then X would be your closed fist with your thumb over your fingers and your index finger bent. This is X.
Okay. And it's facing.
Yeah, it's like this.
It's like this. X. X marks the spot.
And then Y would be your thumb and your pinky out with your three middle fingers down. Y.
Ain't loose, dude.
Y.
I broke this in. I can't make that one too good.
Y.
Yeah, why? I'm gonna take a picture.
You can
take a picture.
Relax your fingers because I tend to do that too. Like I start getting mixed up because my fingers get all tense. And that's Y. And then Z, you take your number one hand, and you draw a Z.
Oh, okay.
Z.
Now you draw the Z. You draw the Z not so that the other person can see the correct way, you're drawing it like you're making it on a paper,
Okay.
drawing it
As you
regular.
for
So
yourself.
it goes away from you, in and away from you. Because if you do it the other way, where you're trying to make the other person see the Z, actual Z, that's not a Z.
Okay.
It's just a backwards Z. So Z. And that is it. So shadow me, and I'm just gonna go through the signs. I'll go slow. And it's A, B, C, D, E, or E, F, G. When I move my hands, it's just for me to show you guys. G, H, I, J, K, L, M, or M, N, or N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. And that's the
Hey,
alphabet.
hey, that was cool. I did that, except for a couple of them.
Okay. I got a question.
Mhm.
I keep running into the X. Now,
It's just
it,
closed
it,
fist,
and it's this
and it
way,
bent. Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Another
W,
thing, when you're
X,
learning sign,
W.
don't bounce. Don't A, B, C. That's too much for the eye. So whenever you're signing, it's common. It's very, very common for people to do that. And the deaf and non-hearing and hard of hearing, I'm sorry, community, they understand that. It's not going to be a big deal. But if you are to be communicating with one of them, just try to be aware not to bounce your sign.
Punch your hands. That was great.
Okay.
I felt a new wrinkle in my brain.
Uh-huh.
Hey, learning something new. So we ready to move on to the next slide? All right, we got numbers. Now it does say here 1 through 10, but I'm gonna teach you guys how to sign any number, how big or small, it doesn't matter. You guys are gonna know how to sign any number.
Any number.
Okay, so we're gonna start with 1 through 10, well, 0 through 10. And then I'll move forward from there and explain how the other signs go. And that way it'll make it easier. The 0 through 10, that's all you need to know in order to know all the rest of the numbers. So let's get started. 0. I'm sorry, that's the letter O. I'm sorry. 0. It's not like this where your thumb is over your fingernails. It's more like this. Like
oval.
You're touching your flesh to flesh.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. This is 0.
0.
1 facing you. 2, 3. Bring your thumb out for 3. So this is not 3 in A.S.L. This is 3. 4, 5. Now your hands are facing out. 6. Bring your pinky and your thumb together. 6. You see why 3 is not our English 3?
Yeah.
6.
I felt that wrinkle in the brain come again.
7, 8, 9, and 10 would be the letter A, and shake it. 10, shake it.
The letter.
Don't sway it, shake it. Yes,
Oh,
I
okay.
made it to 10. Yay. So it's
It looked
1.
like
I'm sorry. It looked like what?
it looked like it was a thumbs up.
Yeah, that's
It's
what I thought
almost
too.
a thumbs up. It's almost a thumbs up, except for it's not like this. It's touching like the letter A. And
Yeah.
But you make a little quiver, right?
Yeah, you shake it.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go through 0 through 10 again. So 1, I'm sorry, 0, facing you, 1. No, facing you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, facing out, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yay!
Yay. I can't do 9. I'm doing something wrong with 9.
9 is like, it's almost like F. F is like this.
Okay.
9 is like this.
Oh, okay. Got it. All
That's
right.
actually the sign. I mean, not the sign, but what we use to say okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Okay. Thank you.
now we're going to go through 11 through 20. And it goes as follows. So basically, you're just going to do 10 and your number. So, but you're going to split it out. So it's 10 and 11. No. I'm sorry. I'm jumping the gun. So 11 through, what is it? I'll just go through the numbers. So 11, facing you again, your number 1 finger, bend it down twice. 11, 11, 12, 12, 13. You don't have to move your thumb. It's just still the same number 2 fingers. 13, 14, 15. You don't have to move your thumb. It's just 15. And now here's where you use your 10 and the number. So it would go 10, 6 for 16. You flick it out. So 16, 16, 6, oh Lord, I'm 16, 17, yeah, 18, 19, 20. 20. 20. This is also the sign for bird. So in in context, I'm sure they're not going to get 20 mixed up with bird. They'll know what you're talking about. But that's the same sign for bird. Bird, 20. But bird is more like here, like a beak.
B.
So 20.
And 20 is to the side. 20.
20 is like facing out. I'm sorry. 20.
Loan me bucks.
And then 21 would be 21 to 30. I'm going to do 21 to 30 now. So no, I'm sorry. This is 21.
A gunshot?
Like you're cocking a gun. 21.
I mean, 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
21. 21.
22.
22.
22. That's for all your double numbers. 22, 33, 44, 55. All the double numbers are like that. Okay?
Well, I'm getting these sprinkles.
23. So you put the 3 handshake and you wiggle your middle finger. 23. 24. So you see the 2 changes. 20. This is 2 now. 24. Mm-hmm. And then 25 is just the 5 handshake, and you wiggle the middle finger. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. I'm sorry, 30. The number 3 and 0 for 30.
3 and 0.
0. Mm-hmm. 30. Okay, so we went through, the reason why I went through the 20s is because those are different. Because your 2 changes, 23 is like this, 25 is like this. Everything else is pretty much the same, except for your 2 is like this now, right?
In the 20s.
Now you know how to sign any number, whatever it is, because that's all there is to it. So if I wanted to sign 57, 57. We know 0 through 10, and we know the 20s, right? So now we can sign any number in the world.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I see it.
So 100 would be your number 1. C, like for century, like 100. You bring your C back. 100. You bring your C back towards you. 100. 200. 256.
Okay, I got it.
You know at all the numbers, okay? So what about thousands, right? 1. Now we need our helper hand, flat handshake, 1,000.
Oh, okay. Very distinguishable.
1,000.
1,000.
222,044. You know all the numbers. You see what I'm saying?
Chills.
As long as you know.
that
So
money's coming.
what about million? We don't know million, right? Well,
Yeah, let's do that one.
Let's think of this as the commas. In your thousands, you have 1 comma.
One comma. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
One.
So 1,000 would be representing your comma, right? All right, so million would be how many commas?
Two.
Right? 2 commas.
Mm-hmm.
So 4 million. 1, 2. Come up 1. So 4 billion. 4 billion. Million?
I'll take it.
Okay, we got 3 commas in million. Okay, so let's try 9 million. You just make 3 commas. You're moving forward up your hand, each comma. 9 billion. So you can sign
Shameka,
423,000, whatever, and you have, go ahead.
I'm dyslexic, but I think you got it backwards. So you were doing 2 for billion and 3 for million. I believe it's 2 for million and 3 for billion.
Did I say it backwards? I thought I said million, then billion. I don't know, but I meant million and then billion.
So yeah, so
billion
each
is
comma,
3.
so the million is only 2 commas.
2 commas, right?
And the billion
right, I got
is
it.
3 commas.
It was just a mistake. So we know that thousands have 1 comma, millions have 2, billions have 3. That's what I meant. I'm sorry if I mixed up my words.
You got it.
Hey, that's okay. Hopefully I'll see maybe billions in my lifetime. So I'm gonna try to get used to the comma syndrome. Thank you.
How much is this?
No. Okay,
I went off of it.
Okay,
you left the
when it's
airplane.
higher than that, when it's higher than billion, you would see this.
Oh.
It's just like a massive amount, like a whole lot, way past a billion or something. So you would see them do, and they would do that with their mouth. Like it's just so much. And the expression, like, so all that goes with signing, which I didn't say in the beginning, and I should have, but your facial expressions, your body movements, all that is A.S.L. You cannot sign happy. You can't do that. You have to be happy. This doesn't mean anything
What
if
is
you don't
this?
have the expression to go into. I can't see what you're doing.
No, okay. I was saying that you saying, what is this? You don't look happy.
Oh, right, like
Happy. Happy.
no. It's like I was learning Spanish, and I was learning so-so, and I was like, I see. And they was like, no, you can't do that. So-so. Like, that's too happy. It's just so-so. Why are you so happy?
Wrong message,
like,
right? Wrong message.
I was just happy I learned it. But yeah, so expressions is everything in A.S.L. Okay, so just a quick review over the numbers. Your 0 through 10 would be your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, sorry, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And then as long as you know your comma places, you can sign any number.
Wow.
999. So 999. So that's why I said you can sign up to 999 with one hand.
Okay, that's
This is
great.
999.
Yeah, 3 9s. Yeah. Yep.
That's great. Hi.
Okay. So any questions on numbers? Any number you want me to go through? Because I didn't go through all of them because I'm just trying to get you guys to learn it easily by knowing what you know and then applying it to like 62 or something. It would be 60. Because there's no TY, it's just the numbers. That's it.
Right, I see.
And now that you know numbers, you can tell time in A.S.L. and you didn't even learn that.
Yeah, I can learn this.
You didn't even learn how to tell time in A.S.L., but now you know how. Because you know your numbers, and that's all telling time is in A.S.L. is
It's
numbers.
all numbers. That's the easiest part of A.S.L. I can tell right now. Numbers. And a heart.
Any questions on numbers or comments or anything?
This is great.
Yes.
All it takes is a little practice. Do it.
Yeah. If you can remember like the things that I'm saying, make a picture in your mind about it and stuff like that, you'll remember it easier. It's not like having to remember a set of letters.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's
Right.
more difficult when you have a whole phrase that's one sign sometimes. You know what I mean? So it's about picturing something in your head that reminds you of that sign. Like how you guys were doing, you were saying that looks like a this and that looks like a that. Well, think of that when you're signing that.
Yeah.
And then now you know it without having to remember it.
And like any language, you need to communicate with somebody else so that you retain it. They said that if you can teach, you will learn and retain more. So Ray and Delicia, if you communicate signing, you'll probably get it faster than somebody else that doesn't have somebody to sign with.
I want to sign with you, Ray.
Okay. Yeah.
And also with that, I was getting to all of that on the other slides, but thank you. It's good that, you know, I don't feel by myself because you know some things too. But
Go to the next slide.
also with that, huh?
Go to the next slide.
Yeah, go ahead.
Next slide,
yeah, next slide. All right, so we're gonna learn the days, months, and seasons, and also colors, but that's on the next slide.
I can't actually see the slides on my phone, so I just go by what you're saying.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Okay, so we're gonna go do days first, days of the week, right?
Okay.
So I didn't write this in, but I'm gonna teach you the word day and the word week first, okay?
Okay.
So day would be your helper hand or your non-dominant hand flat down like this, just flat across your chest. And you're gonna make the letter D for day. You're gonna put your elbow on top of your flat hand and bring it down, day. That's day. Wow. You guys did it perfect. Day. That's day. Week would be your non-dominant hand flat facing towards your right. like this,
Mm-hmm.
and week. You just imagine that this is a calendar. Your non-dominant hand is a calendar, and you're looking at the days of the week across it. So you just go across for week. Okay. Now, Delisha, I think these are the easier signs for me. As long as you know your alphabet, because a lot of signs, that's why I say the alphabet is the most important, because if you don't know something, you can finger spell it, or when you are trying to remember a sign, a lot of times it's the first letter of that word.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
So Monday would be the letter M,
Mm-hmm.
and you make it a circle. You circle it. Monday.
Monday.
And that's
Okay.
for all of them up to Saturday. Monday with the letter M,
Mm-hmm.
the letter T. Remember T?
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday. Now Thursday begins with the letter T also, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
would see TH Thursday.
Okay, it's two parts. Okay.
TH Thursday.
Thursday.
Okay, do it again.
T
H.
H. You're circling the H.
Okay,
You know how you circle the M, the T, the W? Well, in Thursday, you're doing T and then you circle your H. Letter F, Friday. Letter S, fist with your thumb on top,
Mm-hmm.
Saturday.
Saturday.
So Sunday would be Sunday. You take both of your palms up and down.
Sunday.
Sunday. Sunday must be special because it got its own little sign.
Got some swag to it.
Sunday. Okay, so quickly, let's just go over that. So we have day. I'm sorry, my screen is so small. Week. Monday. Tuesday. Wednesday. Thursday. Friday. Saturday. Sunday.
I like that. Okay.
Sunday.
I like that.
So those were the easiest signs for me. I was like, oh,
You know,
have to practice
Shameka,
that.
I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
When you were, because week,
Mm-hmm.
I seen that the first thing popped in my mind was read. So what is reading?
Your palm like this. These your number 2 hand are representing your eyes. Read. You're reading down the page.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
Now, week is similar to write because you're writing. You're just using the writing motion. You're writing. Okay. It's a lot of signs like that. Just like in English, we have 2, 2, and 2, and all that stuff. Like, it's the same. You have multiple words multiple signs that look the same, like summer and because. So it's just all contextual, just like if we were talking to each other. You wouldn't say the season is because, you would know I'm saying summer. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's all contextual. Yeah. Okay. So that brings us to the months of the year. I'm sorry. Anything else? I'm just going fast. I'm excited. I love this language. This language is, oh my God, I get excited. So
I can see
excuse
your
me, I'm
smile.
sorry. Y'all have
Passionate
to
about
excuse
it.
me, I'm sorry. Huh?
I said,
Passionate
I can
about
see
it.
your smile.
Don't apologize for your passion
Right.
and your enthusiasm. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's move on to the months of the year. Okay, so first word, we're gonna do month. Your non-dominant hand is doing the one finger. Your dominant hand is doing the one finger. You take your dominant hand, lay it to the side, and go down your non-dominant finger.
Okay.
So you're taking this
January.
one and you're going down. That's month. Month.
Well, that's month.
Month. Okay. So year would be your two fists, your two S hands, right? Complete circle, year. You land your non-dominant hand atop your, I'm sorry, your dominant hand atop your non-dominant hand.
Okay.
Circle around it for a full year.
Okay.
That's year.
It's the sun. It's the earth
Okay.
going around the sun.
There you go. That's exactly what it means for the whole year. That's exactly what that sign means. And the months. The months is another reason to know the alphabet because that's all the months is. You're just shortening
Okay.
it. So
Oh.
January would be Jan. So
Oh.
Jan.
Okay.
February would be
F
FEB.
E D.
Yeah.
February. The shorter months you would spell out completely. March would be spelled out. It's MARCH. So MARCH. April, the same. Spell it completely out. It would be APRIL.
Got it.
June, you spell it out. JULY.
Wow.
August would be AUG. September is the only one that will use 4 letters of the beginning, so it would be SEPT. So SEPT. You can actually keep the same handshake and just T from P to T. Okay, and then October would be OCT. November NOV. And December EC.
Wow. Wow.
And that's your months of the year. If you know the alphabets, you automatically know the months of the year.
I love it.
Okay, and seasons. So the word, I'm sorry, I didn't put it here, but I'm gonna show you seasons first. Your non-dominant hand straight up, palm facing to the right. Your dominant S hand and you're just making a circle on your non-dominant hand. Season.
Okay.
And
Makes
it's
sense.
like a season.
Like going around the year, around the
Yeah.
whole, yeah.
Yep. There you go. All 4 seasons. Okay. And then summer would be your one hand, your one finger going into an X, the letter X shape, like you're wiping sweat. Summer. Summer. Summer.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to come closer. So this is summer.
Oh.
This is because. You see how my hand is this way now?
Yeah, you scratch it. Like you're scratching your forehead.
Summer, this way, you can see it's like my finger is bottom and top, right? Summer, because. That's the difference. So it's very, very hard to distinguish.
What am I saying, Shameka? See, I want to see if we can get this. Did y'all get
because
that?
I love you. You said because I love you.
Yes. Yes. I remember a little bit. That was
This is I love you in A.S.L.
Okay.
This is love.
Oh.
But if you're gonna say I love you, it's this.
Oh, okay.
So you can just say because I love you.
Just because I love you.
Thanks for that.
All right. And winter would be you take your 2 S hands facing each other. I'm cold.
Winter.
You shake it. Winter. And you do your facial expression. Ooh, use your facial expression. Okay. That is the exact same sign for cold.
Yeah.
So now you know the sign for cold. Sometimes you will see winter with W's. Ooh. Both are correct. There's no difference.
But the facial expression is in the little quiver is the giveaway. Like the sweat on your head for summer. I got it. Okay.
Yes. Okay. And spring would be like you're making a C handshake with your non-dominant hand, like you're holding a cup. And then you take your flat O dominant hand and you're bringing it up like the flowers are
blooming. Oh, that's so beautiful.
But you do it twice. Spring.
Okay, got it.
If you do it once, that means grow.
Oh.
So twice is spring. Once is grow.
Okay.
Okay. And then we are on to fall or autumn, which in A.S.L. they usually would understand it as fall. So you take your non-dominant arm, like an angle across you, and leaves are falling from the tree. So your dominant hand, your dominant hand is fall. Leaves falling from the tree.
Wow. That's so beautiful.
Fall. Amazing language. I love it. Okay. So any ad-libs or comments or corrections even, I'm open.
It's just so beautiful.
Because remember, that's why I said in the beginning I was self-taught. When you self-teach yourself, certain things are left out that are important, So I'm just now getting into the correct way of doing things. So yeah, I'm open to all of it.
There's always interpretations for practically anything in life, anything. Language, feelings, emotions. My background is behavioral sciences, counseling, metaphysics. I hear and see different people speaking of certain circumstances, and we call it semantics. They say it with different words, but they mean the same. So
Right.
sign language, there are also sign language cultures, not just the Black sign language, but communities,
Mhm. It can vary from state to state.
people, yes,
Yeah,
pe-
it's a lot.
people have
It's a whole lot.
people have adapted the ASL to their culture. So you actually have Chinese American Sign Language.
Hmm.
They have their
Yep.
own.
Hmm.
And it's more to it
Yeah,
than
it's a
just
lot of variations
learning.
of ASL itself. Just ASL, it's a lot of different variations. You have SEE, you have all these different sign languages that ASL. SEE is signed exact English
Mhm.
because ASL is not considered English at all. It's a completely different language. So you would, if you're saying a sentence, you wouldn't sign like you would say it, like we would say it. You would sign, and we'll go into that on another slide, but it's different. So, and it's a lot of different variations of it. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
Right.
We ready for the next slide? Colors.
Colors.
All right. So give me one sec. Um, give me one sec.
Red, orange, yellow, green, purple, blue, black, white, gray, brown, tan, gold, silver.
Okay, I got it. All righty. Sorry about that. Okay, so colors. The word color is this. Just wiggle your fingers on your chin. Colors, colors, color. Okay. I'm gonna come closer because let's see. Okay. Excuse my hair. I have dye in it. I'm sorry. Okay, so red would be your number one dominant handshake. Red, red. Orange, which is the same exact sign for the fruit, would be orange, like you're squeezing juice out of an orange. Orange, you're squeezing. Orange. Yellow would be alphabet Y. Shake it. Y. Yellow. Green, the letter G. Shake it. Green. Green. Purple is the letter P. Shake it. Purple.
Okay.
Blue, the letter B. Flick it. Blue. Black, here we go again. This is black, just straight, no X. Black. Black. White would be, you're taking your like claw hand, dominant hand, and you're putting it on your chest and pulling out, closing your fingers. White. Your fingers are closed by the time it's here. White. Gray. Gray is like this. You take your both of your palms facing you, and you just do like this. This is also matter.
Mm.
Actually, Actually, gray is the fingers touching, like going through each other, and matter is like this. It's almost the same. So when I look at this sign, the way I remembered it was white and gray mixed together. I'm sorry, white and black mixed together makes gray. This hand represents white, this hand represents black. Mixing it, I get gray.
Okay.
That's how I remembered it. Brown is the letter B. And you just go down your face gently. Brown.
I'm brown.
Brown. 10 would be the letter T. 10.
Okay.
10. All right, y'all bear with me on gold because I always mess this up. So it's like, you know how rock and rollers do like that kind of handshake?
Yeah.
Towards your head. And then you come down to a Y and shake it. So that's gold.
Do that one more time.
It's like the rock and roll hand or whatever. From your head, comes down forward into a Y and shake.
Gold.
Gold.
Okay.
It's hard to come by, it's hard to sign.
Hey, I won't forget gold and sign.
All right, and then silver would be your finger to your head and you pull out into an S. Silver. Silver. And there are the colors, or some of them. Pink would be the letter P, and you like red, but with the letter P.
Okay.
So just in case you were worrying about purple with P, how is pink then? It's a P, so it would be like that. Okay, so that's it for colors. Then we go to the next slide. All right, I thought it was fun to be fun to do some word opposites. I had a whole longer list than this, guys. I was like, let me take some of these words off of here. I was getting too excited.
What about this? What about that?
I had all kind of opposite words. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, so I just narrowed it down to these. And so we're gonna get started with the word opposites. This is word.
Okay.
So you take your G hand and your non-dominant hand, I'm sorry, and you just put them together. That's word. It almost looks like a flag, but that's word. And opposites, you take your one fingers pointing to each other like this and pulling away. Opposite. Opposite. Okay, so the words that I did include are far. So it would be, you take your two A hands, and then you take your dominant hand and you move it far away from the other one. Far. Far. Near, you would take both of your flat hands facing you, kind of apart from each other. Your dominant hand moves near the other hand, or your non-dominant hand. In A.S.L, you would hear dominant and non-dominant. That's why I'm trying to make it a habit to say that. So near. Near. Hard. I look crazy. It looks like snake teeth, right? You do that for both hands. Hard, and you know, with your facial expressions, hard, hard, hard. You're actually hitting your non-dominant hand. Hard, hard. It's the same for hard as in difficult and hard like a rock. It's the same. Hard and easy. You take your non-dominant palm facing you. You take your dominant palm facing you, and just lightly. It's so easy to do. So easy. You just do it twice, but I'm just doing it over and over so you guys
Yeah,
can
you could feel it. Easy.
Easy. Okay. Follow. You take your two thumbs. Your non-dominant hand in front. Your two thumbs up. I'm sorry. Your non-dominant hand in front. Your dominant hand in back. They're moving forward, and you do this with your non-dominant hand. This motion. So it's follow.
Mm.
And lead. You take your non-dominant flat hand facing right. You take your dominant hand and you lead it. You pull it. Come on, let's go. I'm leading you. So lead. It would go in front of you. With any sign, I'm gonna just throw this in there. With any sign you're doing, everything is directional. So if you're saying that I'm going to lead you to the store, if the store is that way, you're going to say lead. You cannot say lead. They're going to think you're going that way and you're going to get them lost. So everything is directional too. So whatever you're signing, if it has something to do with a place or something to do with the specific person, you're pointing to that, or you're signing toward that person. Okay, so just to throw that in there. So lead is this, yes, but if you're being specific about something is somewhere, or you're leading somewhere to something, you would do it in that direction. Okay, so moving on to forget. Forget is easy to remember. I just think of what, everything's been wiped from my mind. Forget. 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 And remember, you take your two thumbs, right? Your dominant hand to your forehead and tap your non-dominant thumb twice. Remember. Remember. Okay? Happy. Again, facial expressions are everything. Happy. Happy. Sad. Sad.
No.
Sad. Okay, and then peace. Peace is signed. Oh, I don't have enough room to show you guys peace. Peace is like this. Your dominant hand on top of your non-dominant hand, and then switch, and then go out in peace. 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 Okay, and then war would be, you take your two hands bent like this, and it's just going back and forth. War. Strong would be strong. I'm coming from my chest with my fist strong. Strong. I've also seen this for strong. I'm growing my muscles strong. Both are correct. There's just different variations. And weak would you take your non-dominant hand face up, palm face up, your dominant hand on top, and I'm weak. I'm weak at the knees. Just bend it. Like, oh, I'm just so careless. I'm weak. Okay. Polite would be you take your 5 hand and you're moving up your chest with your thumb. Polite.
Oh, like a good heart almost.
Polite. Mm-hmm. Because this is fine, just tap your chest. But polite would be coming up. Okay? And then rude would be rude. Rude. If you said something rude or foul. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Start would be you take your non-dominant palm facing to the right, kind of with your index finger away from the other fingers, your number 1 dominant hand, and you just turn it like you're starting a car, starting an engine. You start. You just turn your 1 finger inside that gap. Start. Stop would be your non-dominant palm face up, your dominant palm coming down like abruptly. Stop. 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 Okay. And then funny would be funny, like a clown's nose. Funny. Hey, funny. Just flick your nose, tip of your nose. Funny. And serious would be your 1 dominant hand. Serious. You just twist it. Serious on your chin. Serious. I'm serious. I'm serious. No, facial expression. Okay, so that concludes word opposites. Oh my goodness, I had so many more. I looked at that list and I was like, oh my goodness, I can't do all this.
He's working it out, Shameka. These wrinkles in his brain is, is making my head itch.
All right.
Thank
So
you. Thank
any
you.
comments or any other opposites you might want to know that I might know the sign to?
No, I just want to say that, this is very fulfilling.
Yes.
I really am picking up on certain things. And I am
Remember.
Wait. I'm trying to get it. I am
well, don't try to form a sentence. Don't try to form a sentence because like I said, the grammar is completely different than English. And so if you get used to signing like you're speaking, you're going to be incorrect. They're not going to understand what you're saying.
What about remember? What was it? Remember, I know it was the thumb. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then you come down to you tap your other thumb. Tap your other thumb.
So I just wanted to say, I am remembering. Remembering.
Yeah, well, you could say that. That's regular because that's a simple sentence. So I remember, or yes. I'm remembering. It's the same thing because ing it doesn't exist. So I am, or I, or me. It's the same sign. Point to yourself.
Oh.
Remember.
Oh, because I was thinking about it was like this. I remember.
No, I is this.
Okay. I remember.
Yourself.
I remember. Okay, I want to do it, try to do it correct as possible.
I am remembering.
Okay.
It's
I
the
am
same as I remember,
remembering.
but it's
I am.
contextual. Remember, it's all in the context of what you're talking about. They'll understand. Marilyn?
Um, Also, I wanted to interject that sign language isn't literal per se. So if you were writing a sentence, you would be saying word by word. Sign language are signs so that
Right.
when you,
Well, can I interrupt you? Because we're getting to that slide.
oh,
and then
sorry.
and then you can so when we get to that slide, then you can chime in on that one. Yeah. Thank you though.
So
That's good.
next
That's
slide.
good. Yes, next slide. All right, so on this one, I'm just gonna um, show some common phrases. All of these phrases will help you to have a simple conversation in A.S.L. Okay, so we're gonna start off with what's your name? In A.S.L, the question word always comes last.
No.
So it's gonna be your palm is moving out to them. It's also directional. So whoever you're talking about, wherever they are, your name, your two U fingers, tap, tap, name. Your name, what? So you see my face like, what? Like I'm asking a question. You have to do that, or it's not a question. So your name, what? Okay. Another question, where are you from? You, just pointing to the person, wherever they are. You, my finger is the X handshake. My non-dominant hand is the 1, and I'm pulling from it. Pulling from the non-dominant finger. From. Where? You, from where? My eyebrows are down. Where? If you ask a yes or no question, your eyebrows are up. Do you like that? I'm sorry. Do you like that? Your question eyebrows are up. Yes or no. If you're asking an open-ended question where they can answer with anything, your eyebrows are down. So you from where? Okay. The next one would be, how are you? This one is an exception. The question word comes first on this one. And it is signed 2 ways. They're both very, very similar, and they're both very, very correct. The first way is one sign, how are you? You just put your finger out. This is the sign for how, right? So how are you? Or how are you? There's no R. You don't say R. You just, how are you? How are you? Or how are you? All right, the next one would be, what's up? So you take your palm, your 5 hands, both 5 hands, bend your middle fingers in and bring them up from your shoulders. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Okay. I don't know why. Oh, okay, I see. So my name is. So now we're pretty much answering the questions that we just asked. So
Shameka,
if someone was,
I had a question about
Mhm.
what's up. Now that I think that this one here, a lot of people know this, and I wonder if they know it. If it's
A lot of people don't. A lot of
they
signs
just
that
do that.
a lot of gestures that we think we're
Yeah.
gesturing are actually ASL signs.
Yes,
A lot of the time.
that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So my name is. So it would be my. I'm pointing to myself, just with my one hand, dominant hand. My. Remember name. Name. You tap your 2 U fingers twice. Name. Is not a ASL word. It doesn't exist in ASL. So my name, and then you would finger spell your name. Another reason to know the alphabet. So my name is Shameka.
Wow.
So we have Marilyn. And we also
However,
have,
sometimes you will get a sign for your name.
okay, wait, you're getting ahead of me. I got it.
Sorry.
I was getting to that. Yeah. So, this is I was going to explain this in 2 ways. So, in ASL, you get a sign name. Not anybody from the ASL community can give you a sign name. They have to be either an elder that's well respected or someone that's just really, really super respected in the community, and that person is able to give sign names. The second part of that is why I named myself Goddess Bamboo, because when I was explaining how I was thinking of a name like that or something, and I wanted it to have bamboo in it because it represents me and things like that. And then Delisha said, well, that's it. That's your name, Goddess Bamboo. And because I respect her and put her on a high pedestal and love her so much, she gave me my name. And that's and that's why I did it. And I adapted that from the ASL community because it has to be someone like that.
Oh.
Yeah, it has to be someone like that do that. Yeah. So yeah, there's sign names.
How did you do it?
So
how would you do Goddess Bamboo?
How would you get a sign name?
No, how would you do Goddess Bamboo?
Yes.
I would just finger spell it. I don't. I
Okay,
know
okay.
no one gave me a sign name, so I dare not try to just give myself one. That's huge no. Yeah,
That's
so it has
beautiful.
to be someone like just really, really well respected and known, and just does a lot for the community and stuff like that. Yeah, go ahead.
So
Marilyn.
Salvador might appreciate this as well as anybody else. I'm Puerto Rican. We speak Spanglish. Puerto Rican, ponte tu coat. It doesn't exist. Okay, it doesn't. So what's happened in the communities is that quite a few people don't just do ASL. In fact, my signing is a combination of ASL and let's see if you can see this. Signing
SEE. Yeah,
exact
that's
English.
what I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's what I was
when you
mentioning before.
people don't use the is, my name is, I was taught the is.
This is.
Right.
But
Right.
I'm doing a very basic ASL community, they don't have S.
Okay.
But when you do SEE and all of that, it mixes and it kind of, you know, you think, yes, ASL do because it's this, which it is. This is, right? But not in ASL, not in ASL, but the variations of it, yes. Yes.
So
Okay, I see.
in the community
So
I
now
was
you're saying
in,
two different.
I observed that people were using combinations, ASL,
Mm-hmm.
SEE.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just one language. In
Mm-hmm.
Spanish, we say idioma, one, not one language. Salvador, how do you say idioma in English?
Let me unmute myself. No, I
Okay.
don't know. I just know in Puerto Rico, you drop the end of words a lot of times, and we make up a lot of the words as well.
Well, okay, so what I'm trying to say is in our communication, whatever language you speak, when I'm speaking to someone from South America, we're still
Yeah.
speaking Spanish, but the way we use words is different.
Yeah.
It can be a little bit different. In the South, it's a different dialect. That's the word. Dialect. That's what the word I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So
Different dialect.
in the community, the hearing impaired community, I've noticed that a lot has been cross-culturally experienced.
Depending on where you are, what state, that's true, and some places is not so true. It's just depending. You know what I'm saying? Where you are, like you said, you were in where?
Well, I originally learned sign language in Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
have a friend that,
Phoenix, like say for instance, you know how there are different dialects in the South and the West or whatever. It's the same. So in California, they may not use SEE as much as the southern states or the eastern states or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's true. I just wanted to keep this. I didn't want to get nobody's brains all too much. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because it'll confuse people. When they're first learning something, let's just stick to the basics, the original teachings, and then, you know, as you go along, you'll find out all of that other stuff. You know what I mean? But I just had in mind, okay, I'm coming into some people that don't know a thing about ASL. So I didn't want to just give them too much. So I'm just doing ASL. I'm not doing SEE. I'm not doing anything else, just ASL, and that's it. And then I'm just sticking to the rules of it. And that's it. So you're correct, though. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying, you know, I'm just trying to keep it simple for everyone. But yes, that is correct. Just like this is I in ASL, but sometimes you'll see this I, the thumb with the letter I and the thumb pointing to you, and this is I am, and that's not ASL though. So we have to be careful with, you know, when with me, I just felt like when I'm teaching it to a group of people that don't know a thing about it, let's just stick to the rules, the original ruls, and then
the basics.
yeah, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, but that's correct though. So y'all know that now, because I wasn't gonna go over that, but yes, that's correct. Okay, so moving right along, the next one would be I'm from. So you would point to yourself, I'm, which is the same as I or me. I'm from, and then you would finger spell where you're from. Okay, and if you know the sign of where you're from, then you can sign it.
The from is with the curve, right?
Yeah, with the X hand, and you're pulling it away from your one non-dominant hand. From. Yeah. Okay. And then I'm fine would just be your dominant 5 hand with your thumb tap your chest twice. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. You don't have to say I'm fine. It's just I'm fine. It's understood. The I is understood. Okay. And then the next one would be I am learning sign, which is a good sign to know. If y'all don't remember any of these phrases, remember I am learning signs so that they can go slow, and because they'll be, you know, and just let them know I'm still learning. So it would be I'm, or I am, or I. Learning would be your non-dominant palm up. You're pulling from the book information and you're putting it in your brain.
Oh, okay.
I'm learning. Learning.
Got it.
Both of your one finger pointing outward. I've also seen it pointing in. I think they're both correct. Sign.
Yeah.
Or sign. So I am learning sign.
Okay, I'm gonna say that in the very beginning before we even try to go any further.
And then you also can say, it's not on here, but you can say, you sign slow. Come up your hand slow, slow. And you do your question face. Okay. Excuse me would be your non-dominant hand, palm face up. Your dominant curved fingers, and you're just swiping it towards you. Excuse me. Excuse me.
It looks like excuse me too. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
That's nice.
All right. And thank you would be thank you. Thank you. This is the sign for good. You're using your non-dominant hand. Good. Sometimes you will see good without the non-dominant hand. Your context will let you know if they're saying thank you or good. Okay. Where are we? Where do you work? Okay. So it's you work. So you got your 2 A hands, and your dominant A hand is swiping just a tiny bit on your top of your non-dominant A hand. Work. Work. You work where? Question words come last all the time except for how are you? What time is it? So you're just pointing to your wrist like you have a watch and you're doing your question face. What time is it? Or you can say time what? Either one is correct. Where is the bathroom? Your dominant T hand. And you shake it. That's bathroom.
Okay.
This is bathroom. Ooh, I gotta pee. No, I'm fine. Bathroom. So you would go bathroom. Where? Another good sign to know a phrase is when you're, wanting them to go slow and stuff like that, or you're asking, how do you sign something? This is where your alphabet will come into play, because then you would say, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. You would sign your word first. So if I wanted to ask someone who knew A.S.L, how do I sign car? I would say C-A-R, sign, I'm sorry, how?
Mm.
C-A-R, sign how?
Sign how?
Got it. I see what you mean.
How?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How?
And then see you later would be, this is C. You take your dominant hand up under your eye and out. C, and this is later. You take your L hand and you flick it down. Your L hand and you flick it down. So you wouldn't sign C. I'm sorry, you wouldn't sign U. It would be see you later. You're actually signing you, but it's going fast. It's a phrase, so it's like see you later. See you later. Okay, and then the next sign, another good one to know in the beginning. I know a little sign.
1 to 10.
You pointing to yourself. I know is your curved fingers on your dominant hand on the side of your head. I know. This could also mean I know without you signing I. I is understood. I know a little sign. Okay, and then I understand would be your one dominant hand, side of your head, and flick up. I understand. I understand.
Okay.
And I don't understand is the exact same thing. You're just shaking your head no.
Okay.
I don't understand.
Right.
I
Okay.
don't
Well, that's
understand.
good. Okay. I'm gonna be saying that a lot.
I don't understand.
I don't understand.
I understand.
Oh, I know that's. Thank you for that one.
I understand.
Yeah. Okay. And that is all for common phrases. I would say this part would be another really good part to start just with the phrases to try to retain and remember and learn and practice is because you will be able to simply communicate in a simple way with the person that signs.
I love it.
That's great.
All right, next slide. Oh, any no?
That was that.
All right, so now we're where you were, Marilyn. Now we're where you were. All right, so A.S.L. grammar and sentence structure. This is just the beginning part of the grammar and stuff. It gets deep. I'm not going there. It all has this. It all follows the same concept though as this the basic part. But you have your more complex sentences and stuff like that, and you have all kind of different things going on. So with A.S.L. grammar and sentence structure, like I said, it's not English, so it's signed a different way. And actually, I have this incorrect. Under the examples where it says A.S.L, those are supposed to be in all caps. When you're writing a signed sentence, like structured like A.S.L, it's supposed to be in all caps. So please remember that. I forgot to put it like that, but A.S.L, when you're writing their sentences, it's all caps. Okay.
Okay. That's good to know.
We have time, topic, comment, and or time, topic, comment, reference. Okay. So if you break down an English sentence in that way, then you'll have an ASL sentence and you can sign that. So you wouldn't sign I don't like, no. Oh, well, that wasn't even a correct sign for that. But you wouldn't sign it like that. So we have time first. So we look at the English sentence and I don't really like pizza. Well, there's no time in there, so we can exclude that part. What's the topic? What are we talking about? We're talking about pizza. So that comes next, right? So it would be pizza first. And then the comment. What is the comment? What are we saying about the pizza? Don't like. So, and who don't like it? I don't like it, right? So you would sign it that way. So you would sign pizza, don't like. This pinching handshake coming from your chest is like. So it's like. This is don't like. You throw it away. You throw that like away. I don't like. So it would be pizza. I'm sorry. Why am I using that hand? Pizza, I don't like. Or don't like I. Pizza, don't like I.
Okay,
That's how you would sign that.
Okay.
There's like 3 or 4 different signs for pizza. I'm just using that one, but there's plenty more. This is like this. This is pizza. The snake teeth with drawing a Z for the 2 Z's, pizza. It's a lot of signs for pizza. I'm just using that one. Okay, and then again, all right, so we have another English sentence. I am going to the store tomorrow. Time would come first. So the time in the sentence would be tomorrow. So that would come first. Then the topic, what are we talking about? We're talking about store, right? So that would come next. And then what are we saying about the store? I go, right? So it would be signed tomorrow. You just take your A hand and you come from the side of your face out. Tomorrow, I forgot store. Store. This is store. I'm giving you all my money. Here, take it. Store. I go. Or wherever the store is. You would do it in that direction, but this is go.
Okay.
So tomorrow, store, I go.
Got it.
Okay. And that's how sentences are structured in A.S.L. So we have one more example. Like I said, I'm keeping this very simple. This grammar thing, it's a lot to it. But if you know this part, you pretty much know the rest of it. It's just that you have a couple of more things that are added on to your referent at the end and all this stuff. And also in A.S.L, you can also say tomorrow, store, I go, I. You'll see that. If you see the I again, that's normal. Okay. All right. So our next example, try to make it a little bit more, So it would be my dog. In English, it would be my dog is small, brown, and silly. All right. So let's go back over to our time, topic, comment, and reference. So time. Okay. There's no time in this sentence, so we can skip that part. Topic. The topic is my dog. Okay, so that will come first. And then all of the rest of the words are talking about the dog. So those would come next in sequence. And the word it would be included in there, but not signed. So it would be my, I don't know, dog. Dog, I've seen it signed. You pat your leg, you pat and snap. You pat twice, snap twice. But I've also seen it a different way, and I don't know if that's the correct sign for that. But it would be my dog, small, brown, and with the Y hand coming off your nose. Silly. My dog, small or small. This is also small. Bringing it in, small. Brown and silly. I'm sorry, Y hand, silly.
Okay.
And that's the very basic beginning part of the A.S.L. grammar and sentence structure. Like I said, everything follows that same structure. It just becomes more complicated as the sentences are more longer. You might have a compound sentence or, something like that. So it gets way more into it. But this is just the beginner part. And this is like the first class of it that you would be learning if you were learning it in a class. They would teach you this part first, and then you would go into your more complicated sentences. Any questions on that? Comments, corrections? So yeah, like Marilyn was saying, you wanna say what you were saying before?
Well, I was going to say in Spanish, if you read it, our sentences can be backwards. So ASL can be very similar to Spanish.
I noticed that too.
Yeah.
A lot of times when I'm doing my classes, I think of Spanish in my head. Because like when I was learning Spanish, it was like very, very similar. So I don't know if.
And it's like that.
I like your grammar and sentences, time, topic, comment, and reference. That really helps a lot how to form the sentence. Takes a lot of the is's and does and stuff.
Yeah, it breaks it down for you. So you as long as you can, have that in a little note somewhere or in your head, time, topic, comment, reference. And
okay, I see what you're saying.
You can form a sentence in your head in A.S.L. and sign that, because you're not going to be signing all those words. Because A.S.L. don't sign to, they don't sign the, it's a lot of those little, what do you call those words? And all that.
Oh, conjunctions. Conjunctions.
You don't sign those words, even though and is one, and is a sign. But a lot of them you don't sign. But like Marilyn was saying, in SEE, you will sign them, and there are signs for them. But
it's another dialect, like another dialect.
Right.
It's like
that's lesson 2. That's lesson 2.
Yeah, and I was going to say, and it's like that in Latin too. I took Latin for 3 years, and it's just like that, where a lot of times, a certain word with the verb and stuff would come at the end, and it would encompass all the. So it's like, well, even what Marilyn's saying, I can see that.
Yep. Okay. So
Spanish is derivative of Latin.
Huh?
I'm actually.
Spanish is a derivative of Latin.
Yes.
Spanish is a derivative of Latin.
Yes.
Yeah.
I went to school through the disabled students, and I am actually dyslexic. The irony of that is that they learned how to teach us, and it was very similar where we would cross words or sentences. Because my first language was Spanish, I had to learn
I'm
how
gonna
to
excuse
do
myself for
English.
one moment. I have to go to the restroom.
Okay, go for it. Go for it.
So I had to learn how to transpose it in English because my first language was Spanish and I had the dyslexia. So when I was learning sign language, it was similar to relearning those tools that they had given me in junior high school.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting. You know,
So
that's
there's
very
many
interesting.
dimensions to you.
Yes, you know, and just for some reason, I guess that this came across my understanding, and I think I'm in a group that everyone can pick this up what I'm talking about. Okay, we're talking about learning sign language and expanding other parts of the brain and making new neurons links in your brain by learning sign language. As well, I was watching a documentary of people training what you call it, remote view. That people were training to remote view, right? And then they took it a step further to help someone who cannot see to remote view, and that person can now read. And not just one person, they did groups about it. It's a documentary, and it's about the children growing up, well, like star children. You know, you ever heard of star children or indigo children or something that they coming out with these new kind of powers and things. I think it was a show about these kind of kids like that. But they were showing. Then they showed the doctor showing people how to remote view, and also they was showing that they was teaching blind people who never seen a thing in their life how to remote view, and they can see. They start explaining what they see. That was, you know, just kind of, it was pretty far way out there, but Merlin and what we're talking about is the same thing, that we can learn in many kind of ways to compensate for other parts of things that's not working as well, you can say. You know, they always say that, you know, when you lose something, you gain something else. You know, your other sense heightened. I just want to talk about that. That never throw in the towel. You can always pick up something. You on mute, Shameka.
I was watching something just last night. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Marilyn.
Go ahead.
I was just going to clarify something that I actually was diagnosed autistic. The fact that my brain from early age was different in the way I experience communication. So that helped me when I was teaching and going to school to understand how to communicate differently to different people. And sign language was part of what I wanted to learn because it opens up other parts of your brain. My brain was already different than others. And I appreciate the sign language and you teaching it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And I like when you said different, because I don't like those titles and all that stuff. It's just different. That's all. There's nothing else to it. This is different. All that autistic and all this stuff. You learn differently. Everybody is not the same. I'm not, you know, your hair is a different color than mine. So what? One of us is something wrong with us? No. This is different.
Diversity.
I'm sorry.
I like that.
I don't think anything is wrong. I don't think anything is wrong with anyone. I just think everyone is different. That's it.
by design. We're different.
I love that. And honestly, it's just, you're right. And I feel that. It is. It's just different.
Yep, that's it. Like, don't
And
be
we learn.
putting that on me, all that negative stuff on me, just because you don't understand the way I learn.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me.
Okay. Helpful sentences.
Helpful sentences. This is. I included this because I wanted to include something to help people express themselves in probably a not so nice way. And it's not that you're being rude or mean. It's that sometimes you just have to be firm. You know, you don't want somebody all rubbing up against you or something or whatever. This type of thing happens. And yeah, so I wanted to include that. And so starting with get away from me. This is one simple sign.
I can do that one.
And you can do it twice.
Don't bother.
And your facial expression and you know, that's get away from me. That's it. Leave me alone would be so I'm doing it wide, but it's like this.
Leave me back up.
Going out. Like give me my space. Right? Don't do that would be don't. This is don't do that. Your Y is slapping down on the palm of your non-dominant hand. Don't do that.
Okay. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Do that.
Snap it.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
And these, I also wanted to include these signs because they're way more simpler than saying all that. I mean, is this that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
So move would be you're bending your fingers downward and then you're moving it somewhere else. So move. Move.
Okay, I'm gonna do that to you, Ray. Move. Move.
And we went over stop, your palm, your non-dominant palm face up, chopping like a chopping motion in the middle of your non-dominant palm. Stop. Stop.
Stop.
And then come here would be come here, or your Y, come here, but it's the come here motion. We do that, like come here.
I'm gonna do that one too.
Or come here.
Shameka.
Huh?
Here you go, Shameka. Don't stop.
What
you doing?
Okay, don't is this.
Stop. Oh.
Don't.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You can't just do this. It's
okay.
Don't.
Don't.
Stop. Get it. Get it.
Wait a minute. I was gonna say, I thought you were doing Wakanda. when at first I was like,
that's okay. The sign for Black Panther, I thought he was doing that too.
Okay, see?
Black, your claws, Panther.
Oh,
okay. Black Panther.
Whoa.
That's why I thought you were doing that.
See, I'm a little bit acclimated.
I was saying, don't stop.
No, that's that.
Talking.
This is stop.
Oh.
You're doing that. That.
Oh.
This is stop. I'm a karate chop you right where you stand. Ah.
So I'm saying, don't stop.
Don't.
Don't.
There you go. That's don't stop. Get it? Get it?
Yeah, I like
Get
that.
Okay. All right. So we can move on to the next slide. I'm enjoying this, as y'all can see. We're gonna do animals, and the picture, she's doing a sign for animal, and it's your fingers inward with your thumb up on your chest, and you're just going in and out. Animal.
Oh, this is
Animal. It's representing their lungs breathing. Animal.
Oh, that's why the arrows are there. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get into the animals. So rhino has two signs. And let me see if I can turn to the side. It's, you know how they have that nose horn thing? So it's rhino, rhino,
Okay.
or rhino with a Y. Rhino.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Elephant would be elephant. You're just drawing the trunk. Elephant. From your nose, elephant. Cheetah is like this, because you know how they have those spots? So you're doing your F hand. These little circles are representing their spots, and you're just doing spots all over. Just doing spots. Lion is, you know, their mane. So lion. Lion. Ostrich is, they're sticking their nose in the dirt. Ostrich. Hippopotamus is, you again, you do your rock and roll hand thing. This is not A.S.L, by the way, for rock and roll. I'm just saying, you know how they do that. And then hippopotamus. It's like their teeth, you know, those teeth they have or whatever they call tusks. Hippopotamus. Flamingo is three signs. So flamingo would be P. It's just really a K, but it's P and you know, pink. Remember pink? So pink. Bird. Leg up. You get that leg up. Pink. Bird. Leg up. Giraffe would be, you start off at the bottom of your neck and you go all the way up. Long neck. Giraffe. Parrot. I forgot what parrot is. I forgot what parrot is. Shoot. I can't think. I forgot what parrot is. We're going to keep
That's
going.
okay. Keep
Kangaroo. Kangaroo is, you're just hopping like a kangaroo. Hop, hop. Alligator would be, or they really do it like this, like with the teeth, not with the flat hands, but like this. Shark would be, so your non-dominant hand flat palm down, your dominant palm out, and in between your middle finger and ring finger, right? Yeah. Your non-dominant hand is representing the water, and your dominant hand is representing the fin moving through the water. Shark. Okay, let's see. Goat is, dang, can you guys see my whole face? So goat would be their goatee and those horns at the top. So goatee horns. Goatee horns. Goat. And monkey is just act like a monkey. Just that's monkey. And tiger is, you know, tiger has the stripes, so you would just stripe across your face. Stripe with both hands. Stripe for tiger. Tiger. Okay. Is there another slide? I had family, I thought. No? Okay. So, yeah, do you guys want to go over family words? I think I missed that slide. I think I didn't send it.
Let me see.
I don't know.
I don't think I sent it. I probably
I don't think you did.
missed that part. Do y'all want to go over family signs or like mother, brother, sister?
Yeah, let's do the mother, father, brother, sister. Yes.
All right. So, mom or mother would be mother. So you're doing your 5 hand and you're touching your chin with your thumb. Father, same sign, just on your head. Father. Sister would be girl. Well, I'm sorry. This is not girl. This is girl. Girl. But the sign for sister would be you come from your chin and you like you're shooting a gun across, but you're putting both of your hands across each other. So sister. And brother is the same, but it's boy for brother from the head. All male signs are head, all female signs are chin.
Oh.
Okay, so what we have, aunt. Let's do aunt. So aunt would be the letter A shaken by your chin. Aunt.
Auntie.
So uncle would be the letter U shaken, of course, up here.
Uncle.
Uncle.
Uncle. Uncle.
Grandma and grandpa. So mom, grandma.
Mom.
You extend out for a generation.
Yeah. Grandma.
Grandma.
Yeah.
Great grandma. Great great grandma. So you just extend out further. So that's grandma. It would extend out once. And the same, grandpa. Extend out once. Grandpa. What else can we do? Cousin. Let's do cousin. So the letter C. If it's a female cousin, you shake it down here. If it's a male cousin, you shake the C up here. What else do we have in family? Son and daughter. Yeah. So I don't know those signs.
What about niece and nephew?
Niece would be the letter N shaken down here. Nephew shaken up here. Letter N.
What about husband and wife?
Yeah.
I don't know husband and wife. I didn't do relationship signs yet.
What?
I didn't do relationship signs yet. So I don't know husband and wife. What else is there? I think that's
Good night.
it, right?
How would you say good night?
Good night. This is night. The sun is going down
And
under
good.
the horizon. This is
What
the
is
horizon. So all of your like night, day, like this is always
yeah.
going to be your
Oh,
horizon.
okay. Yeah. So what is good again?
Good.
Dominant hand
Comes from
away.
your chin. Your dominant hand touches your chin and
Oh,
goes to your non-dominant flat hand.
good
Good
night.
night. Mhm.
Yeah, I learned a whole lot
Um,
today.
um, tomorrow. Let's do tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yesterday, you're starting at your chin and you're going up towards your ear. Yesterday,
Today.
the letter A hand, every day. You just do it twice. Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Uh,
Every day.
what else? Do y'all have anything else I might know that y'all want
Uh,
to learn?
you know, this was a very good, in-depth, basic ALS.
ASL.
ASL. I mean. Very basic ASL, but I wouldn't say basic. We can have more conversations with this. You just study it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have a
Just
conversation
keep
with
those
people.
pictures in your head. It's from what I've learned, they say it's best to have a picture of the sign, like something that it reminds you of, and you won't have to remember that sign.
I truly hope somebody catch this recording somewhere in the internet and learn something from this. Because I know I did.
Me
I know
too.
I did.
Because
I did.
the deaf and hard of hearing community is an amazing community. They are just they're just
Just like us.
so set aside. Like, you know what I mean? Like if they're not part of us and they are, and it's just like I just learned so much and I just yeah, I don't know, it's just a passion of mine now. So I just love it. I love it. It's a beautiful language to say the least, you know. So yeah. All right,
So Ray,
so let's go. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to ask Ray, are you going to post this lesson so we could study our sign language?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, Reverend Money, you stand in my head, bro. You know, I promise you, I promise y'all. In my mind, in my heart, in my mind, I said, you know what? I'm at to post this one tonight.
All right.
No, seriously, I was thinking about this. I said I need to post this tonight because while we're getting a good message out for people who can hear to learn sign language to speak to the other part of the society that's out
Yeah.
there. So yeah, I will when it finishes downloading and painting up, I'll put it up and I'm gonna share it tonight. So
Thank you, brother.
I'm gonna put this one out because Shameka, you did an excellent job. You
Yes.
know,
Yes.
Thank
you
you.
really did.
Thank
You broke it down to the last common denominator. And
Yes.
that's why we were just like,
Thank you.
you know, you asking, is there any questions? Well, shoot, let me chew on this first. You know,
you.
let me
Right,
digest
I
this
got to chew
first.
on it a little bit.
You know, so it was just heartfelling to listen and see the movement and things, and then we come back with the same energy here. We're gonna learn easier, learn a lot more.
Mhm.
This was a good presentation. I really do appreciate you listening.
Yes.
I'm proud of you, girl. I
All
tell you,
Ah,
right, all right. All
yay.
right, so
you
let's
did
talk
that.
about some things that offend the deaf and hard of hearing community.
Yeah, that I was looking at that.
Saying never mind. Could you imagine if you cannot hear And somebody, oh, never mind. Like that,
I
that
can't
is,
hear. Okay, I get you.
that is huge. That is a huge offense. That's one of the biggest ones that I know of.
Is there a sign
That
for
one.
never mind? Is there a sign for never mind?
I don't know if there's a one sign for it, but never mind your mind, like you're pointing to your brain. So this is never, like you're drawing a question mark, never mind. But if you're saying like, oh, forget it or never mind or something like that, please don't do that
Don't
to
do that.
It's
them.
just
Like,
rude.
Right.
It's so
crazy.
rude, you know?
Pretend signing.
And
Yeah.
pretend signing. Oh, I know signing.
Yeah.
Come on, don't do that. This is, oh, I know Spanish. I blah, 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 blah. You know,
Yeah.
like, come on.
Remind me of somebody in our family. Larry.
Oh my goodness.
Hey,
Oh, go ahead. I'm listening.
I was just reading this. Ask if they.
Asking if they can lip read.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk more about that at the end. But
Okay.
asking them is rude, and we'll talk about that after the I love you and elephant shoes. But don't ask them that. That's offensive to them as well. Asking if other senses are heightened. Actually, they are, but just don't ask that question.
Yeah.
It's not a huge deal, but they get that question a lot, so it annoys them. So just try to refrain from not asking those type of questions. Saying you don't look deaf. A lot of people get that, believe it or not. A lot of people get that. A lot of deaf and hard of hearing people. Oh, well, you don't look like what am I supposed to look like?
You don't look homeless.
You know, you don't look this or you don't look that. Like it'll offend us.
Yeah, you know, I know I just said you don't look homeless. I said that in a context that, you know, I know a lot of homeless people, and if you look at them, you'll never know. You never know. They don't carry
Right.
stuff in that way. And, you know, that
Yeah.
goes both ways. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
That just had me thinking.
Okay. And then the last one, this is bringing us back to lip reading. A lot of deaf and hard of hearing people do lip read. Lip reading is not foolproof. It's a lot of guesswork to lip reading. So this is just one of the examples. Look at my lips. I'm gonna say, I love you, okay? Now I'm gonna say elephant shoes. That looks the exact same, doesn't it? So what are they, you know? So that's just one example of, you know, just don't ask the question. You know, it's a lot of, it's probably like 70-30 in a percentile that they'll get it right. But you know, some people have been doing it a long time and they're better at it. You know, it comes with practice and all that stuff, and they, you know, kind of use context clues and stuff like that. But still, it's still guesswork. It's guesswork on their part, and they can do it. They are good at it, but the question annoys them because they are trying to lip read a lot.
Yeah.
But it's not a learned skill that it's foolproof. Like, oh, I learned how to lip read and I got it down. No, you saw I love you and elephant shoes look exactly the same. So, and it's a lot of stuff that looks like that. It's a lot of things that we mouth that looks exactly the same. So that's just an example of the lip reading and how it works in the deaf and hard of hearing community.
Indeed,
So,
you covered all four corners on this. You really did. I'm very delighted that I was here and listening to it, and it was part of this this spatial creation or this knowledge base. This is great because you went on every end.
okay, thank
Next
you
slide.
for that. Yeah, next slide.
This is the last slide.
All right, that's it. She's signing thank you. And the little girl is signing I love you. I love you. And I love you all.
All right. I love you.
all. This is all. I'm taking all of it, putting it in my
All
hand.
right.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you. Wow.
Thank
It's
you
so
guys
beautiful.
for listening to me. This is just a passion, you know. I don't know everything yet, and I'm striving to get there. Even becoming an interpreter soon.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to strive for that. So y'all wish me luck.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. And I like to say a couple of the members just got in. We're gonna put out a message about the Emerald tablets. We're gonna start a whole nother date for that. It's not gonna be on Thursday, and the date is I think September.
September 20, I think 25th. It'll be once a month on like the last Friday of the month.
Right.
September 25th will be the first time.
It's going to give us enough time to finish reading the Emerald tablets. And like I said, if anybody needs a copy of it, send me an email and I'll send it to you so you can read it. And also, you don't have to go out and get this book, but I'm going to be using this book as a reference book because this is a compendium. Billy Carson, he has he got a part of the Emerald tablets. For example, time after time, while their bodies lay sleeping, incarnated, they in the bodies of man, teaching and guiding onward and upward, out of the darkness into the light. And then then he'll go at the bottom of that and he'll explain to you what he was just talking about, what the best meaning of what it's talking about. And also he got a lot of the verses that coming from that's in the Bible. He explains it. So by Friday, if everyone could read the Emerald tablets that we sent out, and then we're gonna pick up again where we left out at. And as we go and read, I'm gonna go ahead and really proofread the rest of it and mark off all the interpretations that he had in his book. So therefore, we have some basis to talk about where it came from and things like that. Any other ideas that y'all see reading in there, and let's talk about, mark it and so we can talk about it a little bit more. So I just wanted to give y'all a shout out for that. You can welcome anybody to come. If you invite someone to come, make sure that you send them a copy of the Emerald tablets and let them know that we will start on September 25th. I'll set up the link and I'll send the link out already. I think Alicia's going to do it tomorrow. So
yeah, the only thing I'm gonna send out tomorrow, I'm gonna put out the schedule that we're planning for the rest of this year, and then as the week that we do the discussion, which it will be actually the week of the 22nd, I think, which is coming up, I'll then send out the link for the Zoom to be able to connect. And then that way you could put the schedule, on your calendar for the rest of the year. And then we'll go through about, 3 or 4 of the tablets each time we get together, because there's so much to talk about. It would be hard just to do it in one conversation. And that's why we're coursing it through the rest of this year, so that you have time to read it, go, contemplate it, do your research, and then come back and have we'll have the discussion together.
And also, if invite some people who, there are some people out there who do call themselves Thoth and Tahuti. That'd be a great if, we can get one of these kind of someone who resonate Thoth or Tahuti or Hermit Trust with Jessica's energy to give an interpretation of where we at. We
That'd
just
be
bring
great.
it all together. So I just want to plug that in. And I'm very much sure that Goddess Bamboo will do an extended version on this. A.S.L. It's totally up to her, but I think that she's gonna get that together. We haven't got the date when.
Definitely will.
Date when. Okay, in lieu of that, Shameka, tell us on the next one. Give me an idea about what we can go over.
We can go over like a few more complex sentences, not too complex, but a little more advanced than what we did. Maybe some more phrases that are helpful in communicating with a person that's deaf or hard of hearing is the most important thing while we learning it. So I would say, get the sentences and, like a little bit more advanced, not too much to where, it's like, what? But just the next baby step up.
I say.
Love it. Thank
Anybody
you.
like to close this baby or close this off or something?
Say it again.
I said, you like to close us out with a thank you or
I just
love
wanted
you
to-
guys.
I just wanted to say, for everybody that's here, thank you so much for being here. And Shameka, thank you so much for putting your heart, into this presentation to introduce us to A.S.L. And I just feel like it's a language of the heart. That's what I really learned from you today, from this. And, I would like to go, not only to go further to understand, like maybe more simple.
Oh, and I can go over foods.
Okay. Food.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry to cut you off.
No. That's okay. Your mind, your downloading is coming through.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, and to me, like one thing that came to me through this was, I think it would even be great if you even came up with a song or some type of prayer that we can do, so it becomes personal to ourselves, so we can feel the energy.
Yeah.
And and really kind of take in and activate something within ourselves, and then as we're doing it, we're really sending that energy to each other. And I don't know, that's just something that just came to me while you've been teaching this. And I just want to say that I feel like elevated just by hearing this information and getting this foundational understanding. I could do my ABCs a little bit. They're not fast, but it was something about doing that in the numbers. And I was like, oh yeah, so if I just practice, I know I could really get into this. So I just wanted to say thank you. And, everything that you bring here is always something that's needed and a blessing.
Oh, thank you.
That's the truth.
I want to say one thing about when you said you're not fast. That's a good thing. Fast comes with time, or speed comes with time.
Yes.
Skill does not. If you're skilled, you know it, and the clarity of your signs. That's the important part.
I
Mm.
see. Yes.
And the deaf and hard of hearing community prefer you to sign slow and clearly because they understand that you're learning. You know, when you tell them that, they understand. They people. It's, you know, we're talking about them like
Okay,
they're something else,
there's
but
something else,
no,
right?
it's the same as us. You know, they just cannot hear. That's it. So yeah, so they of course would prefer that versus you trying to sign fast and like what you say? You know, that's
They're
what you
gonna
would
say,
get.
never
You know.
mind. They're gonna say, never mind. I'm gonna say,
They're
never
gonna send you back
mind.
to class.
Look at,
No,
stop.
I don't.
Move.
I don't want to be. I don't want to sound negative or anything, but I know it's doing bad when a person who's deaf tell you never mind,
Right.
and you trying to speak to them with sign language, and they'll tell you never mind.
What
But
that would be rude too. You know, you got rude people everywhere. You know,
Right.
in all
And right, left,
communities.
right.
That
Just
would be
like when,
rude of them
okay, so that's
to
a
do
rude
that. Yeah,
statement. Period.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you for
So
that.
you probably wouldn't get that a whole lot unless they just really fed up or upset with you or something. But yeah,
You must have done something.
You done more than
and
something.
when just keep in mind when learning ASL or language, any sign language, um, it's kind of hard, but just kind of be aware of other cultures because some signs will offend some other cultures.
Mm.
And it's not meant to. That's ASL, but it's not their ASL. It might be Mexican Sign Language or something. You know what I mean? And for one example, candy in ASL, you cannot go to Mexico and do that sign. Just don't do it. So it's like that. So in different communities and things like that, like yeah.
but it's kind of like that even with some people saying black versus African American or
Yeah,
Negro.
yeah,
And it's
it's
like, oh,
all the
don't you call me
same.
black. I'm not
It's
black. You
all the
know, I'm
same.
a, yeah, okay.
Mhm. It's all the same. Exactly. Yeah. So just be aware and know that everything is all the same. And just like some things that would offend me might not offend the next person, you know? And it's the same in ASL and any sign
All
Well,
right, got us.
I'm going to end this recording right now.